Okay, welcome back guys. This is ABJ, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you all the introduction to MS Access. This is the video 1 to the introduction to MS Access, and we are going to learn Access from beginner up to advanced level, but this video is going to be short. So what are some of the things we are going to learn in this tutorial today? We are going to learn how to open MS Access. We are going to look at the welcome screen of MS Access. We are going to look at the default template at the start screen of MS Access. We are also going to learn the first power of MS Access database, and then we are going to create our first database, and then we are just going to give a glance or view of the Access environment. But first, most of the time people talk about Excel, MS Word, Windows, and that of Access. So what is Microsoft Access? Microsoft Access is a regional database management software that is used to store huge amount of data and create relationship between this data that make it easier for you to find or search for any information or data within your database. For example, you have a student record, and then you have the student payment record, you have the student academic record. They are all in different tables for one database. So if you search for a particular student name across that database, it's going to also pull out the academic record, the financial record of that particular employees or student. So this is the most important news of MS Access. Now, what Access is really used for? Most people can use Access to track student, to track customer, to track orders, to track their business and expense and employees. And MS Access is very good for individual, for student, for organization, for companies, and lot on. So now, to get news to the MS Access or to learn MS Access, first you have to have MS Access installed on your computer. So to open MS Access is very easy. Whether you are using Windows 10, you are using Windows 7, you are using Windows 8, even though Windows 7 and Windows 8 is not popular anymore. If you are using Windows 10 or Windows 11, you can just click your start button and tap ACCESS. So as you can see, this particular icon with an A, and then you see the kind of design represent a database. So you give it a one click. Now, this is the opening of MS Access. MS Access is very easiest to open. So you just click the start button and tap MS Access, or you just test Access, and then it will bring you to this welcome screen. So now at this screen, we'll call this one the welcome screen, where you got home, you got new, you got open. So if any other database has been created, you can click on open, or you can click on home, and you can click on new database. Now, if you look at this screen, this is a welcome screen. Now, for this, and this, these are templates of database depending on what the person wants to do that has already been created. So you can customize it to what you want. So most often, template help to less time, to reduce time within a program. Now, as you can see, there's an access tracking database, while there's a contact database, and there's a student database. But now these are templates that are already created. You can customize them. But to learn MS Access to the best is for you to go step by step. So right now we have covered like 2 topics. We learn how to open Access. This is the welcome screen of Access, and now we are going to click on blank document. Now, one of the powerful things of MS Access is MS Access is not like MS Word, MS PowerPoint, or even MS Excel, wherein you have to work in the file before you save it. MS Access, at the first click, you will have to save the name of the database before proceeding. So as you can see, when we click, we are going to learn or we are going to call this database my first database. So we are going to call this my first database. Now, this folder, if you click on the folder, which means you want to change the location of your database. But by default, every Microsoft application program to store will be stored to documents. So as you can see, there is the link, or there is the location or the path of where the file will be stored. So this file will be stored on the hard drive. You saw blah blah blah. Your own computer, you have your own name or wherever it is. But the last folder will be documents. So you just click on create. Now when you click on create, this is the environment of MS Access. So if you click on create, this is the environment of MS Access. So we're not going to do much here because today's tutorial is just the introduction to MS Access. So we are just going to look at it. As you can see, almost like MS Word. So if you've been playing with MS Word and MS Excel, you'll find out you still have the same file home create. A few things are different, like the external database tools, but that is just Access. So in our next video, we are going to look at accessing or playing around the environment or knowing the tools rubbings of MS Access. So to make you understand, you have already created your first database. So this is a database, my first database, but this database don't have any information created yet. So in our next video, we'll talk about a lot of things. We'll also talk about the table, the type of views, and how you can do other things in MS Access. So thank you for watching this first video. See you on our next video.